broken hearts and weary minds. We knew something must be done, and we turned to one who saw dawning through the dreary night. Yeah, yeah. But in the midst of our persecution, our spirits rise with the freedom song. And as we pray for a new solution, yeah, yeah, our spirits rise with the freedom song. Here's the song now. Bayekina pedi hebo epi anshari naimbe watse anyway. Bayekina pedi hebo epi anshari naimbe watse anyway. Was the one who could see the sun rising over our homes again. With passion and with prayer, he sent messengers bearing news of the united rebellion. Swift runners carried words in the knotted cords that were given to the chiefs of war. We rose as one man to reclaim our land and to overthrow the oppressor. And in the midst of our revolution, our spirits rise with the freedom song. And as we pray for a new solution, yeah, yeah, our spirits rise with the freedom song. Boge winge pieki hang mine. Sing wabi ambe, kui wabi ambe. Yo. Gi hang mine, gi mine. Sing wabi ambe, kui wabi ambe. Yo.
And there you have it. Those are the Yoties, and I believe we have Ed Kabotie on the phone right now. Hello there.
How's it going, David?
Doing just fine, thank you, and thank you for coming and sharing with us today. Looking forward to talking to you about the group, your history, and I know you mentioned to me earlier that you're not that new. You've been around for a few years, but first thing I wanted to do before we get into all the other formalities and informalities, I wanted to learn about this song that we just heard, because it seems to be a message song that's kind of powerful there.
Sure. And if you'll allow me just to introduce myself to your listenership, so my name is Ed Kabotie, and I'm from the Hopi village of Songopavit, Second Mesa, Arizona. I'm also, on my mother's side, she's a Tewa from the village of Kapo Winge, north of Santa Fe in New Mexico. And the song Freedom Song is actually a song about what I would consider the first fight for religious freedom historically in what we today call the United States. And this was the Pueblo's war with Spain 100 years before the American Revolution. And we're the only group of Native American people in all of written history, and no disrespect for anybody struggling, I say this with all humility, but we're the only group of Native American people in all of written history to oust and establish European colony from our homeland. And again, this was back in 1680, after about 80 years of inquisitional rule by Spain. A lot of the greater culture gets their genesis story of the beginnings of the United States of America with Jamestown in 1607 or Plymouth in 1621. And I like to point out to people that the first European settlement was 67 years before Jamestown in 1539. And the second European settlement was about 10 miles from the village that I grew up in, Kapo Winge, in 1598. So
amazing. And it's amazing what you learn over time. Because history books can only teach so much, and oftentimes they omit a lot of important facts. And I'm really thankful that you not only know this history, but are able to relate it so eloquently and understandably. Was that Hopi that you were speaking?
Actually, no, that was the Tewa language. My mother is Tewa, and where we're from, we're matrilineal as opposed to patrilineal. So I consider myself a Tewa, though I am enrolled in the Hopi tribe in Arizona.
Oh, I got you. Interesting history there as well. I am really impressed, and I understand. This kind of ties in with something else I wanted to mention. I understand that you've got some new music, either coming or already in the can that you're going to be releasing shortly.
Yeah, totally. To be honest with you, I kind of feel a little bit bad that we weren't able to get some of those new tracks to you. But we did do a re-recording of Freedom Song as well. We've recorded 10 tracks that we kind of consider to be our quintessential tunes that we've written over the past 5 years. Songs really related to the plight of the people and lands of the Colorado Plateau being a geographical feature of northern Arizona, most of the state of Utah, some of western Colorado, and northwest New Mexico. It's a giant mesa, and it has the most national parks per square mile in it, but also is very highly exploited for uranium, water, oil, and coal, and it's the indigenous people that have suffered the most.
Yes, without a doubt, and I will allay your embarrassment or regret about not having been able to get those new tracks to us by telling you this: once you're on our show, you are a member of our family. And matriarchal or patriarchal, whichever way you want to look at it, you are now a member of our family, and we will always have a place for you and a place for your music. So what I will do right now, I usually say this at the end when we're, doing the kiss off, saying thank you for being here. I want you to know that we are definitely extending an invitation to you to come back, be on our show again in the not too far distant future, and bring us your new music, and we'll be happy to share that with the audience.
Thank you so much.
Now, tell us now about the group itself, because I like to get I like to give credit where it's due, and we like to share the credit with all the group. And I'd like to know about you and how you came up with this interesting amalgam of song. Now you call it reggae rock. I would have to categorize it as alternative rock with definite reggae influences, but I catch some other feelings in there. I get some folk, some Americana, even a touch of jazz. Where did this come from?
I have no idea what you just said. I'm at loss. Everybody in the culture that I come from is a musician. I like to tell people, meaning that I come from Pueblo and cultures of northern New Mexico, northern Arizona. Our communities are considered the oldest continuously inhabited communities in all of North America. My home village maybe being established around 1300. My father's village being established maybe around 1100. But we've never been relocated like other Native American groups, and this has a lot to do with what is spoken of in Freedom Song. And so our culture is very vibrant. Like I said, all children grew up singing, dancing. It's part of our culture. And so I'd have to say that those are probably the very first influences in my life. But I went to boarding school at the Santa Fe Indian School and got exposed to a lot of kids from a lot of different places, and we all brought our influences together, and we all probably have a penchant for pretty kind of hard rock metal type of stuff in the 80s when I came of age. But reggae also was a gigantic influence, contemporary influence on us, and that came probably in the 80s to the reservations. It was it was a music that kind of, it was the music of an oppressed people. We related to that. It was the music of a people that had been under persecution from the greater culture. We related to that. It was the spiritual music. We also related to that. It was rebel music. We related to that. And I think reggae became very quickly a favored music in our part of the world.
And you do it well. When I was mentioning the sound that you have and the amalgam of different influences, I meant that very, very complimentarily, because what you do is not only unique, but you do it well, and it's a wonderful musical expression. I am really impressed, and I am so happy that you came in. We could talk for an hour on this. Unfortunately, we're running out of time already. But I do echo what I said before about you having a standing invitation. Please keep in touch with us, and definitely want to get you back on the show again when you can get the new music. And also, you get down in the Phoenix, Tempe, Mesa area. I definitely want to know so I can meet you in person and get to know you and your music. So we're down to about 30 seconds here. I would ask if you would please tell us very quickly what you can about this next song we're going to play called Irie Meditation.
So you're going to hear Irie Meditation, and this is the music of Andrew Baker on drums, Hunter Eagleman Red Day on bass guitar, Ed Kabotie on guitar and vocals. And the song is about rising up early in the morning, as our custom is at home, to greet the sun and pray for your family, for yourself, and for the entire nation.
Ed, an honor and pleasure to have you here on the show with us. Thank you and all the guys in the band once again for sharing your time, your music, and most importantly, your story with us. We are honored and pleased. Thank you. Thank you, and we look forward to next time. Ladies and gentlemen, the Yoties from Flagstaff, Arizona. This is called Irie Meditation.
On the eastern skies, a sweet sleep I awaken from. Time to rise up to greet the sun, standing in the morning rays. I feel an Irish spirit coming my way. I say, Navi Josita Neta Ding Hagenang. Navi Josita Neta Ding Hagenang. Irie meditation. life, it's a prayer for the nation. I meditation, Jah look from above.